show you how to set up the 2011 kites with any kind of bar that you have. You might have a bar from another company, or you might be using a 2010 bar from Epic. So let me show you how to set it up. So you actually just got a 2011 kite, but you didn't get the bar with it. You got another bar from another company, or you probably got the 2010 bar. So how to set it up so the kite flies perfectly. So what we do is we set up the kite, and for example here you have a 2011 bar right here, and you do have a 2010 bar right here. And of course you can use also another bar from a different company. So right now, if you bought a 2011 kite with a 2011 bar, then you know the trimming, you don't need any trim. It comes out of the factory perfectly ready to fly. But if you just bought a 2011 kite and you purchase at a discount a 2010 bar, or you just want to save some money and use your bar that you have from another company, then you need to trim the kite. So let me show you how to do it. Since we're not going to use a 2011 bar, we put this away, and let's say we're using the 2010 bar. So let's check it out. I'll show you how to set up your kite. First of all, you want to make sure that when you put the kite up in the air, you want to make sure that the outside lines, which are the blue and red lines, are not too tight but not too loose. If they're too loose, it will make the kite not fly properly, you know, with no power. If they're too tight on the outside lines, then the kite will be stalling. Okay, so you just set up your kite. You have a 2011 kite, but you have another brand bar, another bar from different brand, or you have a 2010 bar. Okay, you didn't get the 2011 bar with the 2011 kite. So you put it up and the kite is not flying right. So what you need to do is you need to trim the kite. You have two ways of trimming the kite. You can trim the kite from the nuts you have here, or from the bar. But let's say now you you go to launch a kite, you put it right here, then you put the middle lines, the gray lines right here. Okay, you're perfect. Do the same thing on the other side. Then when you launch a kite, you see that your kite is back stalling. That means those lines, the blue and the red lines, are too short. So what you need to do is land the kite, come back here, and make this shorter. By doing this shorter, it will make this longer. So launch the kite again, but remember to do this on the other side. Launch the kite again, and once you launch it, if the kite is flying perfectly, it's not back stalling, you're perfect, okay? So that's one way to fix the back stalling. If you do this and it's still back stalling, then you come here, okay, you see how much, you still have some space, and make another knot here. Perfect, that length, and make sure you do this on the other side, and then move this here, and you got it, okay? Or if you just want a little bit, you see it's back stalling a little bit, just leave it where it is and do a knot here, or even maybe a smaller space here to fix it. Okay, that's one way of fixing the back stalling, because you want to make the outside lines longer. Now let's say your kite has no power. Okay, you launch a kite and the kite has no power, it's not responding well because the outside line, which are the blue and red lines, are too loose. So what you need to do is, because when you set it up, let's say you set it up like that, you launch your kite, and when you launch your kite, you realize that those lines, the outside lines, are too slack and the kite is not responding. So what you need to do is land the kite, you land the kite, then come to this and do the same thing on the red line too, and make another knot right here above the one you have. Okay, start short, start from here, maybe that much. Do this, then put your line here and put it to the knot you just made above. Then remember to do this on the red line. Then when you launch it, it should be flying perfectly. So those are a few ways of fixing, trimming your kite. You can also do it on the bar. If you don't want to mess around with those lines here, you can play on the bar. You have knots also on the bar, and you can do the same thing, so you don't need to do any knots on the lines here. Or if you don't want to move it to this knot, you can also move it on the bar. So you grab the bar right here, and you see where the pulley is, the actually Mickey Mouse ear right here. You have 3 knots. 1, 2, 3. Okay, all the bars should come like all the lines should be straight. 2010, the outside lines were a little bit longer. So anyway, if you don't want to move it, this one here to this knot, then you can leave it like that, but then go on the bar 2010 and move these to the second knot or the third knot. That will make the outside lines, which is the blue and the red, longer. Okay, so that's one way to adjust. So we just launched the kite and we're using a 2010 bar. As you can see the bar is touching the chicken loop right now, and the outside lines are pretty slack. They're not too bad, but they are slack. You can fix this because this is not the perfect performance right now. You want those lines to be a little bit tighter, like that. So what you need to do is go, like I said, you can fix this on the kite and make those lines tighter by moving a knot up, or you can come here and move this to the second knot to make this tighter, okay? Because this is really, really slack. So the lines were too slack. Like I said, you can come and fix on the bar, or you can come here on the outside, the blue and the red line, and make another knot, maybe just like 5 centimeters or 10 centimeters above the knot that is on here. Okay, so once you do that, it will fix the power of the kite. Will be like, you know, the lines will be a little bit tighter than what you have now. See how tight the lines are right now? This is no good. This is too short. Those outside lines, the red and blue lines, are too tight, and that creates the kite to back stall. See how it's going back? So you need to make those lines longer. How do you do that? You can go and fix it on the kite and make those lines right here longer on the kite, or you can come here and move those to the middle knot and then launch the kite again and see if it works. This is how the lines should look on the kite. This is a perfectly trim on the line. See how the lines are? They're not too tight. They're perfect. This is the perfect trim on the 2011 kite, or any kite you want to trim.